Good afternoon, students. So today I'll continue the same class, that is inverse circular function. In the last class also we were doing the same topic, inverse circular function, and in that case we were doing some formulae that we did up to formula number 7. Now from today onwards we will do from formula number 8. Okay, so the formula number 8 is, so let us write down formula number 8 first. 8 number 1 is 2 sine inverse x is equal to sine inverse 2x root over 1 minus x square. This is the first formula. Okay, and number 2 is so there is another formula for this one also. यसको अझै एउटा फर्मुला छ, त्यो के हो भन्दाखेरि suppose this is number A, so number B is 2 sine inverse x is equal to sine inverse, not sine inverse, sorry, it will be cos inverse 1 minus 2x square, right? First formula is 2 sine inverse x is equal to sine inverse within bracket 2x root under 1 minus x square. And what is the second one? It is 2 sine inverse x is equal to cos inverse within bracket 1 minus 2x square, right? We will prove it also. Then number 2 formula, number 2 formula is, it is 2 cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse, it is 2x square minus 1, right? 2 sine inverse x is equal to cos inverse within bracket, it should be 1 minus 2x square. But if you have 2 cos inverse x, then this equal to cos inverse 2x square minus 1. Okay, next number 3 formula is 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse, this is 2x upon 1 minus x square. So these are the formula that you should remember. Okay, now let us prove it. Okay, so you can prove all these formula from multiple angles. So you should know the formula from multiple angles also. So I think you have done it in class 11 science. In class 11 science ma multiple angles gareko huनुपर्छ. So with the help of that multiple angles, we can prove all these formulae, right? So let us prove it now. So now let us prove 8(1) number E formula, right? So we can prove it from right hand side. Either you can prove it from left hand side or from the right hand side. But तर याद गर्दाखेरि तिमीले दुईटा साइडबाट याद गर्नु, LHS is equal to RHS बाट पनि याद गर्नुपर्छ, अर्थात RHS is equal to LHS पनि याद गर्नुपर्छ. That is 2 sin inverse x छ भने हामी लेख्न सक्नु पर्यो sin inverse within bracket 2x root under 1 minus x square, or if there is sin inverse within bracket 2x root under 1 minus x square, then you can write 2 sin inverse x. Okay, now let us prove it from this right hand side. So therefore RHS is equal to sine inverse, it is 2x root over 1 minus x square. So अब यो प्रुभ गर्छौं हामी, this is equal to 2 sine inverse x, right? So यसको लागि हामी root over भित्र 1 minus x square छ. Let us consider the expression which is under square root, that is within square root there is 1 minus x square. So here you should do the trigonometric substitution. So in the last online class I told you about the trigonometric substitution, isn't it? If there is root over 1 minus x square, then you can put either x is equal to sine theta or it may be cos theta, right? Because you know the formula of root over 1 minus sine square theta, which is equal to cos theta. If you put x is equal to cos theta, then it will be root over 1 minus cos square theta, which is equal to sin theta. Clear? You should know this formula because this formula is done in class 10, right? So if there is root over 1 minus x square, then you can put either x is equal to sin theta or cos theta. But in this case, since you have to prove 2 sin inverse x, so you put x is equal to sin theta. So let x is equal to sin theta, right? So let us find out the value for theta here. So theta is equal to what? It is sin inverse x. So is that clear to all of you? Okay. So therefore now this right hand side becomes, so RHS is equal to sin inverse within bracket 2 into, what is x here? It is sin theta. Then root over what is there? It is 1 minus sin square theta, right? So now let us simplify it. Is equal to sin inverse 2 sin theta into, what is root under 1 minus sin square theta? That is your cos theta. That is the formula, right? Cos theta. So which is equal to sin inverse within bracket sin 2 theta. It is just like your sin inverse sin x. So in the last online class, we have done this one also. That is sin inverse sin x is equal to x. So likewise, what is sin inverse sin 2 theta? Which is equal to 2 theta. Now you can put the value for theta. What is the value for theta here? Actually it is sin inverse x. So it is 2 sin inverse x. So it is proved. Okay. So you can use this method to prove this formula, right? So now let us prove number 2, proof of 2. Okay. Now, proof of number 2. This is proof of number 2. Number 2, I think it was 1b, I think. 1b, right? So what was the formula there? It was 2 sin inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus 2x square, right? Again, 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. You know this formula, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. That's why we wrote here sin 2 theta, right? That is from multiple angles, okay? Now in this case, so let us prove it from right hand side. So RHS is equal to cos inverse within bracket 1 minus 2x square, right? So what should you put for x here? You have to prove this right hand side is equal to 2 sin inverse x. त तिमीले यहाँ ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक सब्स्टिट्युसन यस्तो पाराले हाल्ने जसमा कि यो के फर्म आयो cos इन्भर्स cos फर्म आओस्. त तिमीले यहाँ x को ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक सब्स्टिट्युसन यस्तो पाराले गर्नुपर्छ. You have to do the trigonometric substitution in such a way that you should get in the form of cos inverse cos theta, like that. Okay? If you have cos inverse cos theta, then it is theta only. We know this formula, isn't it? So in this case, you should know this formula. What is that formula? Cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta. I think you know this formula. This formula is from multiple angles, trigonometry. Multiple angles chapter from trigonometry, right? So now already it is in the form 1 minus 2x square. So if you put x is equal to sin theta, you will get this form, isn't it? So let x is equal to sin theta. Let x is equal to sin theta. So what is the value for theta? theta is equal to sine inverse x. Is it clear? So now let us put x is equal to sine theta now. So what does right hand side become now? RHS is equal to cos inverse 1 minus 2x square. So which is equal to cos inverse within bracket 1 minus 2 into what is x square? It is your sine square theta. Okay? So which is equal to cos inverse within bracket. What is this? 1 minus 2 sine square theta. What is the formula? It is cos 2 theta. Which is equal to, what is cos inverse cos 2 theta? That is your 2 theta, right? Cos inverse cos 2 theta is equal to 2 theta. The cos inverse cos say ke bhayo, you can cancel them and just write down 2 theta. तर यसरी क्यान्सल गरेर चाहिँ देखाउनु हुँदैन, बुझ्यौ छ? नलेख्नु नेक्स्ट स्टेपमा, बुझ्यौ छ न? त अगाडि फर्मुलामा पनि हामीले त्यसरी नै गरेको थियौ. साइन इन्भर्स साइन चाहिँ नलेखेर हामीले के खाली लेखेको थियौ? x मात्रै लेखेको थियौ. त त्यो फर्मुलाहरु सबै नै याद गर्ने, ठीक छ? So cos inverse cos 2 theta is equal to what? 2 theta is equal to 2 into, now substitute the value for theta. What is the value for theta here? It is sine inverse x. So this is the formula. So you have to remember the formula in both the ways, like 2 sine inverse x is equal to cos inverse within bracket 1 minus 2x square, or what is cos inverse 1 minus 2x square is equal to 2 sine inverse x. So both side बाट तिमीले formula याद गर्नुपर्छ. So is it understood now? So this is the formula. Now we'll do the next formula. That is formula number 8.2. 8.2 formula was, what was 8 number 2 formula? You can check your copy. It was 2 cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse 2x square minus 1, isn't it? This is the formula. So you can do it at home. I am giving you the hint also. You prove it from right hand side. You just put x is equal to cos theta here. If you put x is equal to cos theta, it becomes 2 cos square theta minus 1, which is equal to, what is the formula for 2 cos square theta minus 1 from multiple angles? What is it? It will be cos 2 theta, right? 1 minus 2 sine square theta is cos 2 theta. Okay? 2 cos square theta minus 1 is also cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta को formula 3 टा छ multiple angles मा. Cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. Or it may be cos 2 theta is equal to cos square theta minus sine square theta. तर अझै fourth formula पनि छ नि यसको. The fourth formula in terms of tan theta, that is cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta whole divided by 1 plus tan square theta. त्यो पनि हो के को formula? Cos 2 theta को formula from which chapter? Multiple angles from trigonometry, right? The 8 number 2 is your homework. So I gave you the hints also. You can do it. Is it clear? So now we'll do the next one, 8 number 3. Now proof of 8 number 3. So what was 8 number 3 formula? It was 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. You have to prove this LHS is equal to RHS. तर याद पनि गर्नुपर्छ, both side बाट याद गर्नु. 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse within bracket 2x upon 1 minus x square, or it may be tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square is equal to 2 tan inverse x. Alright? So let us prove it from right hand side now. So RHS. So RHS is equal to tan inverse. It is 2x upon 1 minus x square. Now in this case also you should do the trigonometric substitution. So now अब x को भ्यालु यस्तो पाराले तिमीले हाल्नु पर्यो जसमा कि फर्मुला युज गर्दा यो के फर्म आयो आओस् tan inverse tan theta. You have to substitute the value for x in such a way that in this case you have to do the trigonometric substitution. You have to substitute the value of x in such a way that you should get here tan theta form, tan inverse tan theta. You may not get tan theta, you may get other in terms of tan, okay? So you should get in terms of tan inverse tan theta form. Tan inverse tan theta is equal to theta. But you may not get tan theta, it may be tan 2 theta like that, it may be tan 3 theta like that, okay? So which formula is used here? Tan 2 theta. We can use this formula tan 2 theta. What is the formula for tan 2 theta? 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. Now this formula is from multiple angles. This is from the chapter multiple angles of trigonometry, right? So here already formula दिएको formula 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. So instead of x, what should you substitute? Tan theta, right? So let x is equal to tan theta. So what is the value for theta now? So theta is equal to what? It is tan inverse x. Is it clear to all of you? The मलाई जहाँसम्म लाग्छ तिमीहरूले बुझ्दैछौ होला हैन? So therefore RHS is equal to tan inverse 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. Okay? So which is equal to tan inverse within bracket. What is 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta? This is the formula for tan 2 theta. Right? What is tan inverse tan 2 theta? Which is equal to 2 theta. Now you can substitute the value for theta. What is the value for theta in this case? It is tan inverse x. So which is equal to 2 tan inverse x. So it is proved. So you have to remember the formula from both ways, from left hand side as well as from right hand side, okay? So 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, or tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square is equal to 2 tan inverse x. So is that clear to all of you? So here all formulae are proved. So now let us do the other formula. So now next 9 number 1 formula. Okay? 3 sin inverse x is equal to sin inverse 3x minus 4x cube, right? Number 2 formula is 3 cos inverse x is equal to, it is cos inverse 4x cube minus 3x, and number 3 formula is 3 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 3x minus x cube divided by 1 minus 3x square, right? So let us prove it. Now we will prove all these 3 formulae, so you can copy it. So did you copy it? Okay, now let us prove number 1. Okay, so 1 and 2 are of similar type. I'll do number 1. Let us prove number 1. Okay, so let us prove it from right hand side. So RHS is equal to sin inverse 3x minus 4x cube, right? Now what will be the trigonometric substitution for x in this case, so that we can have it in the form sine inverse sine theta? What is that form? Can you tell me? You can use the formula from multiple angles in this case also. The formula that we will use here is sine 3 theta. You know this formula, isn't it? Sine 3 theta from multiple angles. So it is 3 sine theta minus what? 4 sine cube theta. This is the formula. That is sine 3 theta is equal to 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta. So this is the formula that you can use here. So what should you put for x? हामीलाई त्यो फर्मुलाबाट याद भएको x is equal to कति हाल्नु पर्छ भनेर हैन 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta भनेपछि x is equal to हामी कति हाल्छौं sin theta. So now we will put x is equal to sin theta. Let x is equal to sin theta. So what is the value for theta? Theta is equal to sin inverse x. Okay, so therefore RHS is equal to sin inverse within bracket 3, what is x here? Sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. Is that clear to all of you? Okay. So now which is equal to sin inverse? What is this formula from there? What is 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta? That is sin 3 theta. What is sin inverse sin 3 theta? It is 3 theta. Right? Sin inverse sin 3 theta is equal to 3 theta. Is equal to 3 into, what is the value for theta now? It is sin inverse x. So it is proved. Understood? So we can use the formula from that multiple angle, that is sin 3 theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. So now that next number, 9 number 2 will be your homework. Now I will not give you the hint. Prove it yourself, number 9 2. So that is your homework, right? Now let us do 9 number 3. Let us prove it. What is formula number 9 3? It was 3 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 3x minus x cube divided by 1 minus 3x square. Right? Write down this formula. तति पनि याद पनि गर्नुपर्ने छ. So again let us prove it from right hand side. Divided by 1 minus 3x square, right? Tan inverse 3x minus x cube divided by 1 minus 3x square. So which formula from multiple angles you should use here? That is tan 3 theta, right? Tan 3 theta from multiple angles. What is the formula for tan 3 theta? It is 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. So this is the formula. Tan 3 theta is equal to 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta whole divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. Is that right? Okay. Now let us prove x is, let us put x is equal to tan theta, so that we can have here 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta whole divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta, right? So let x is equal to tan theta, comma theta is equal to kati bhayo tan inverse x, right? So now RHS becomes is equal to tan inverse 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta whole divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. बुझ्दैछ? So which is equal to tan inverse within bracket, what is this formula? You can use that formula from their multiple angles, isn't it? So this is your tan inverse tan 3 theta. Is that clear? So next step, which is equal to, what is tan inverse tan x? That is x. So what is tan inverse tan 3 theta? It is 3 theta, which is equal to 3 into, what is the value for theta now? What was the value for theta in this case? It was tan inverse x. So 3 tan inverse x. So it is done. Proved by you. So we have done formula number 9 also. So there is last formula, that is formula number 10. Formula number 10. You have to do it. Okay. That is the last formula in this chapter. So you can copy it. So now the last formula is formula number 10. It is very, very important. You may get the question like this in your HS examination. यो जुन चाहिँ अब म नम्बर 10 फर्मुला लेख्दै छु, यो फर्मुला नम्बर 10 चाहिँ एज अ प्रब्लम पनि प्रुभ गर्ने आउन सक्छ एचएस एक्जामिनेसन, बुझ्यो? हायर सेकेन्डरी एक्जामिनेसनमा यो फर्मुला नम्बर 10 प्रुभ गर्ने आउन सक्छ, ठीक छ? द फर्मुला इज 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x divided by 1 plus x square. 2x divided by 1 plus x square is equal to cos inverse within bracket 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, right? Which is equal to tan inverse, it is 2x upon 1 minus x square. So you formula, you have to remember it. तिमीले याद पनि गर्नुपर्छ, बुझ्नु छैन? त यो याद पनि गर्नु पर्यो, प्र्याक्टिस पनि गर्नुपर्छ, कसरी प्रुभ गर्नुपर्छ. Sometimes in HS examination you may get the question like prove that 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square, or it may be prove that 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, or it may be 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, right? So let us prove the first one, that is first is equal to second. Okay? To prove what? 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. So now look at the blackboard. In these two formulae, what is the difference there? If it is sin inverse, you should write here plus. If it is tan inverse, you should write here minus. That is the difference here in the formula. Okay? Now let us prove this first is equal to second. We can prove it from right hand side also. That is RHS is equal to, so RHS is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. Now in this case, now you have to prove this RHS is equal to LHS. That is sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square is equal to 2 tan inverse x, right? Now, which trigonometry will you substitute for x here so that we can have it in the form of sin inverse sin theta, right? It may be sin theta, it may be sin 2 theta, it may be sin 3 theta also. Okay? So, यसको लागि फेरि तिमीलाई फर्मुला याद गर्नुपर्छ मल्टिपल एंगल्सबाट, ठीक छ? अब हामी कुन चाहिँ फर्मुला मल्टिपल एंगल्सबाट युज गर्छौं त भन्दा फेरि sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. So I think you know this formula. Sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Now you should use this formula to prove this RHS is equal to LHS. Okay? So यहाँ तिमीलाई already मिलाएर दिएको छ 2x upon 1 plus x square. So what should we put for x here? That is tan theta. If you put x is equal to tan theta, you will get this formula. which is equal to sine 2 theta. Is that understood? So now let x is equal to tan theta. So what is the value for theta? So theta is equal to tan inverse x. When this tan changes its position, that is when it goes to the left hand side, it becomes tan inverse. But if tan inverse changes its position or goes to the left hand side, it becomes tan. Okay? Tan inverse ले आफ्नो पोजिसन चेन्ज गरेर के हुन्छ? Tan inverse ले आफ्नो पोजिसन चेन्ज गर्दा tan हुन्छ, अर्थात tan ले आफ्नो पोजिसन चेन्ज गर्दा के हुन्छ? Tan inverse भएर आउँछ. ठीक छ? So now right hand side. So RHS is equal to sine inverse. So it is 2 tan theta divided by, it is 1 plus tan square theta. That means we are substituting tan theta for x, right? Now next step. So which is equal to sine inverse within bracket. What is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta? What is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta? What is the formula there? It is sine 2 theta. It is sine 2 theta. So it is sine inverse sine 2 theta. So now what is sine inverse sine 2 theta by formula? Which is equal to 2 theta. As you know that sine inverse sine x is equal to x. So what is sine inverse sine 2 theta? That is 2 theta, right? So which is equal to 2 into what was the value for theta? It is tan inverse x. So we have proved sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x squared is equal to, that is your 2 tan inverse x. Is it clear to all of you? So now first part is done. Okay, that is we have proved first is equal to second. Now we will prove first is equal to third. First is equal to second, we have proved it. Now first is equal to third should be proved, right? So तिमीले बुझ्दै होला हैन? So write down again to prove first is equal to third. To prove 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. Okay? Now let us write down, let us prove it from right hand side here also. So RHS is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, right? Now here also you should do the trigonometric substitution. So which trigonometry function will you substitute for x so that we can have it here cos inverse cos theta form? It may be cos theta, it may be cos 2 theta, it may be cos 3 theta also. So which trigonometry function will you substitute for x here so that we can have the form cos inverse cos theta? It may be cos inverse cos 2 theta, it may be cos inverse cos 3 theta, right? त अब हामी यो x को जग्गामा ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक सब्स्टिट्युसन गर्छौं। त कुन चाहिँ फर्मुला युज हुन्छ त अब यसमा भन्दाखेरि त you should know the formula from multiple angles. That formula is cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta, right? So there are 4 formulae for cos 2 theta. First one is cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Second one is cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. Third one is cos 2 theta is equal to cos square theta minus sin square theta. And the fourth one is this one, that is cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. So you should know all these formulae. Okay? So now, what should you put for x? That means tan theta. So let x is equal to tan theta, right? What is the value of theta now? Theta is equal to tan inverse x. Is that clear to all of you? I mean, here x is equal to tan theta. 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. If you write 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, instead of that expression, we have cos 2 theta here. Because that is the formula for cos 2 theta. Okay? Now this right hand side now becomes RHS is equal to cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. So are you getting my point? So is it understood? Okay. Now you use your sign formula. So let us use the formula now. Now this right hand side now becomes, so what is RHS is equal to? That is cos inverse. What is the formula here? What is 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta? That is your cos 2 theta. So which is equal to, what is cos inverse cos 2 theta? That is your 2 theta. Cos inverse cos gets cancels, isn't it? So cos inverse cos 2 theta is always 2 theta. Now you can put the value of theta, which is equal to 2. What is theta here? It is tan inverse x. So we have proved this formula. Okay, that is 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square divided by 1 plus x square. So you have to memorize this formula in both ways. 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, or cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square is equal to 2 tan inverse x. Okay? So you can copy it. So now, let us do the last part. That is, first is equal to that last one. That is fourth one. Okay? Now to prove 2 tan inverse x is equal to, it is tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. Okay? So let us prove it now. Actually we have done it. हामीले अघि नै गरिसकेको छु एउटा सायद in 8 number 3. I think you have done it. Let us revise it, okay? So तिमीहरु पनि घरमा गर्न सक्छौ यो. How will you prove it? Okay? 8 number 3 you can do it. So let us prove it again. So let us revise it. So right hand side. Let us prove it from right hand side, okay? So is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, right? So what should you put for x here? You can use the formula from multiple angles. That formula is tan 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. This is the formula. The formula we can use here is 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta, which is equal to tan 2 theta, right? Let x is equal to tan theta, right? What is the value of theta here now? Theta is equal to tan inverse x. Now what does right hand side become now? So RHS is equal to tan inverse. So it is 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. Okay? So what is the formula for 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta? You can write tan 2 theta. Is that clear? Next. Now this right hand side becomes is equal to tan inverse. So what should you write for 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta? That is your tan 2 theta. So what is tan inverse tan 2 theta? It is 2 theta. Which is equal to 2 into what is the value of theta here? So theta is equal to tan inverse x. Theta is equal to tan inverse x. So we have proved the last part That is first is equal to that last one, that is the fourth one. Right? So we have done it. So कोही बेला तिमीलाई यो प्रुभ द्याट भनेर यो आउँछ, यसरी नै गर्नु. कोही बेला तिमीले क्वेसनमा तिमीलाई एचएस मा आउन सक्छ प्रुभ द्याट भनेर यो सबै दिएको हुन सक्छ. त्यतिबेला तिमीले पहिला के गर्छौ, टु प्रुभ दिस फर्स्ट इज इक्वल टु सेकेन्ड भनेर लेख्नु. त्यसलाई प्रुभ गर्ने, अगेन यु राइट डाउन प्रुभ फर्स्ट इज इक्वल टु थर्ड, त्यसलाई पनि प्रुभ गर्ने, अगेन यु राइट डाउन फर्स्ट इज इक्वल टु फोर्थ, अगेन प्रुभ द्याट वान. ओके, अनि लास्टमा चाहिँ हामी के लेख्छौँ, एट लास्ट we will write down that hence we have proved that. Again you have to write down this question, 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, which is equal to tan inverse, it is 2x upon 1 minus x square. त त्यो यो तिमीले याद पनि गर्नुपर्छ है नि. जस्तै sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square छ भने डाइरेक्टली यु क्यान राइट 2 tan inverse x. याद भयो भने चाहिँ डिराइभ गर्न सक्छौ बाइ पुटिङ x to tan eta, अनि डिराइभ गरे जस्तै. Sometimes you may have cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, then you can write down 2 tan inverse x. Sometimes you may have tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square, then you can write 2 tan inverse x. So these are all the formula of inverse circular function. The जति पनि inverse circular function मा फर्मुलाहरु छ सबै नै मैले लेखिदिएको छु. कसरी त्यसलाई डिराइभ गर्छौ अथवा कसरी प्रुभ गर्छौ यो सबै गरिदिएको छु. अनि बाँकी तिमीले कतिवटा मैले होमवर्क दिएको छु, you can do it at home. Okay, so all these formula are used in differential calculus and integral calculus. Okay, so तिमीलाई यो फर्मुलाहरु differential calculus र integral calculus मा नि काम लाग्छ. त मैले अस्ति पनि भने in the last online class trigonometrical ratios of associated angles, compound angles, transformation of products and sums, multiple angles, submultiple angles सबै थाहा हुनुपर्छ क्लास 12 मा. अनि यसको फर्मुला नि याद हुनुपर्छ, that is inverse circular function. Then only you can do differential calculus and integral calculus. So without the knowledge of trigonometry, calculus is meaningless. हामीलाई क्याल्कुलस को बारेमा केही थाहा नै हुँदैन. Is that understood? Okay, so these are the formula. Okay, so now let's do some problems from Sailendra book. Okay, so now let's do the problem. This problem is from exercise 4. Book used is Higher Mathematics by Sailendra for class 12. Each question carries 2 mark section from page number 97. So let us do this question number 19. We will do that question number 1 to 18 also. First of all, let us do it question number 19, because this is the basic problem of inverse circular function. If you know the basic problem of inverse circular function, you can easily do the other problems. Okay, so now let's do this problem now. Express each of the following in terms of other inverse circular functions. That is, the question is given sin inverse 12 by 13. You have to convert this sin inverse. According to this question, you have to convert sin inverse 12 by 13 into other inverse circular functions. Is that clear to all of you? You have to convert this sin inverse 12 by 13 into other inverse circular functions. That means, what do you mean by in terms of other inverse circular functions? That is in terms of cos inverse, in terms of tan inverse, in terms of cosec inverse, in terms of sec inverse, and in terms of cot inverse. So whenever an inverse circular function is given, you can easily convert that given inverse circular function into another inverse circular functions, right? So let us convert it into other inverse circular functions, right? So let us write down, let, actually this is an angle. Suppose sine 45 degree is equal to, what is sine 45 degree is equal to, what is the standard value of sine 45 degree? It is 1 by root 2. Okay, so instead of theta I have written here 45 degree. Okay, so 45 degree is equal to sine inverse 1 upon root 2. That is, this inverse circular function will represent an angle. Okay, here also sine inverse 12 by 13 represents an angle. Use your angle. बुझ्दैछ? So now let us do this one. Let the हामी suppose गर्छौं, let sine inverse 12 by 13 is equal to what? Theta. This is a Greek letter theta. Okay, now let us take this sine inverse to the right hand side. It becomes sine. So 12 by 13 is equal to sine theta, or you may write sine theta is equal to 12 by 13. So now if sine theta is equal to 12 by 13, you can get the values of other trigonometrical ratios or trigonometric functions. Okay, the sine theta को value तिमीलाई दिएको छ भने तिमीले अरु trigonometrical ratios को value पनि निकाल्न सक्छौ. ठीक छ? त यो sin theta बाट हामी cos theta को value निकाल्न सक्छौ. But you should know the formula. So what is cos theta in terms of sine? Cos theta is equal to root over 1 minus sine square theta, isn't it? Right? So let us mark it number 1. Okay? So using cos theta is equal to root over 1 minus sine square theta, you can get the value for what? Cos theta. Okay? So therefore cos theta is equal to root over 1 minus, what is sine square theta? It is 12 by 13 whole square, right? Therefore cos theta is equal to root over 1 minus what is 12 whole square upon 13 whole square? It is 144 divided by 169, or cos theta is equal to root over, how much is it? You can simplify it. 169 ones are 169 minus 144. What is it? It is 25 by 169, right? Or what is the value of cos theta? That is, cos theta is equal to, it is 5 divided by what? 13. So it is cos theta is equal to 5 divided by 13. So let us mark it number 2. But you can convert it into other inverse circular function. That is theta is equal to, let us find out the value for theta. Or what is theta is equal to? This is cos inverse 5 by 13. Is that clear now? Sin theta is equal to 12 by 13. Cos theta is equal to 5 by 13. And what is the value of theta? Cos inverse 5 by 13. That is, we had assumed sin inverse 12 by 13 is equal to theta, and theta is equal to cos inverse 5 by 13. That is, sin inverse 12 by 13 is expressed in terms of cos inverse 5 by 13. Okay? So एउटामा हामीले चेन्ज गर्यौ. अब यसलाई फेरि हामी tan मा पनि चेन्ज गर्न सक्छौं. सो यो भ्यालुहरु म यहाँ लेख्दैछु ल रफमा, किनभने म मेटाउँछु फेरि मलाई थाहै हुँदैन त्यो. The sin theta is equal to 12 by 13. Sin theta is equal to 12 by 13. We need this. Okay? So cos theta is equal to 5 by 13. ठीक छ हैन? यो अब यो भ्यालुबाट हामी के निकाल्छौं? Let us find out the value for tan theta. So how can you get the value for tan theta? You have to divide these two equations or expressions. Okay, to divide गर्दा कति भयो? Therefore sin theta by cos theta, because you know the formula for tan theta. Tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. So sin theta is equal to, what is sin theta is equal to? That is 12 by 13 divided by, what is cos theta? It is 5 by 13. Here 13 gets cancels. What is sin theta by cos theta? It is tan theta, right? Which is equal to, this is 12 by 5. So what is the value for theta? So theta is equal to tan inverse, this is 12 by 5. That is, sin inverse 12 by 13 is equal to cos inverse 5 by 13 is equal to tan inverse 12 by 5. Now we have converted sin inverse 12 by 13 in terms of cos inverse as well as in terms of tan inverse. Is that clear? So here tan theta पनि कति आयो? Tan theta is equal to 12 by 5. Is it clear now? So we have converted sin inverse in terms of cos inverse as well as in terms of tan inverse. Okay? So now let us convert sin theta into cosec theta. Now sin theta is equal to, what is sin theta is equal to? That is 12 by 13. Therefore, what is cosec theta? Cosec theta is just the opposite function of the sin theta. Opposite function of sin theta is your cosec theta. You have to make it upside down. That is, cosec theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. Cosec theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. That is, what is cosec theta is equal to? Yadi 1 by sin theta. 1 by 12 by 13 garda yo kati huncha? 13 by 12, you know that, isn't it? If the value of sin theta is equal to 12 by 13, then what is the value for cosec theta? Is equal to 13 by 12. So what is the value for theta in this case? Theta is equal to cosec inverse 13 by 12. यो तिमीले खातामा कपी गर्ने ल, अहिले चाहिन्छ हामीलाई आन्सर दिँदाखेरि. Cosec inverse 13 by 12. We have got this. We have converted sin inverse into cosec inverse. Okay. So let us convert cos into sec inverse. Now again, what is cos theta is equal to? What is cos theta is equal to? It is 5 by 13. Now from this trigonometrical ratio, you can get the value for sec theta. That is, sec theta is equal to, that is, it is just the opposite function of cos theta. Sec theta is the inverse of cos theta. That is, sec theta is equal to 1 by cos theta. If sec theta is equal to 1 by cos theta, it will be 1 upon 5 by 13. That means you have to make it upside down. That is 13 by 5. That is, theta is equal to sec inverse 13 by 5. Is that clear now? So we have converted cos inverse into sec inverse. Again, tan theta is equal to what? 12 by 5. And you know that cot theta and tan theta are inverse functions, opposite functions. Okay. So you know that cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta. If you write cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta, then 1 by 12 by 5 will be there. So which is equal to 5 by 12. That means theta is equal to cot inverse 5 by 12. Right? So we have converted sin inverse in terms of cos inverse, tan inverse, cot inverse, cosec inverse as well as sec inverse. Is that clear? So now let us write down the answer now. So the answer is, therefore, sin inverse, what is given there? Sin inverse 12 by 13. It is given sin inverse 12 by 13 is equal to, it is converted into cos inverse form. In cos inverse, check the copy there. It is cos inverse 5 by 13. It is cos inverse 5 by 13, right? Which is equal to tan inverse 12 by 5 which is equal to now next, what is it in terms of cosec inverse? Sin inverse 12 by 13, you can check the copy also, which is equal to cosec inverse is 13 by 12. Check your copy, is it correct? Okay, which is equal to cos inverse in terms of sec inverse. What is it? Sec inverse 13 by 5. You have to make it upside down, that is 13 by 5, right? You can check your copy, is it correct? Okay, so which is equal to cot inverse, how much is it? It is 5 by 12. So this is the answer. So we have expressed sin inverse 12 by 13 in terms of other inverse circular functions. So your question, what do we understand from this question? If one of the inverse circular function is given, then we can change that inverse circular function into other inverse circular function. We can change that given inverse circular function into other inverse circular function. Okay, is that clear now? You can copy it. So now, यो फर्मुला पनि याद गर्नु, जस्तै तिमीले यहाँ sin inverse 12 by 13 लाई कसरी लेख्न सक्छौ अरे cosec inverse 13 by 12 और cosec inverse 13 by 12 लाई कसरी लेख्न सकिन्छ sin inverse 12 by 13, cos inverse 5 by 13 लाई sec inverse 13 by 5 लेख्न सकिन्छ भने sec inverse 13 by 5 लाई हामी के लेख्न सक्छौ cos inverse 5 by 13. Okay, similarly tan inverse 12 by 5 छ भने हामी cot inverse मा के लेख्छौ cot inverse 5 by 12, or you may write cot inverse 5 by 12 in terms of tan inverse 12 by 5. Okay, that is, let us write down the formula again. 11 number 1, sin inverse x is equal to what? In terms of cos inverse, this is your 1 upon x. Is that clear? Sin inverse x, directly you can write cosec inverse 1 by x. Sometimes you may have to write sin inverse in terms of cosec inverse, isn't it? So sin inverse x is equal to cosec inverse 1 by x. Similarly, cosec inverse x is equal to, what is it? What is it in terms of sin inverse? It will be sin inverse 1 upon x. Is that clear? Similarly, number 3, cos inverse x is equal to sec inverse 1 by x. And number 4, sec inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 upon x, right? Cos inverse x in terms of sec inverse 1 by x. Sec inverse x in terms of cos inverse, it is cos inverse 1 upon x. Is it clear? So you पनि as a formula तिमीले याद गर्ने. अनि number 5, like in this case, tan inverse 12 by 5 will be cot inverse 5 by 12, or cot inverse 5 by 12 will be tan inverse 12 by 5. So similarly, what is number 5? Tan inverse x is equal to cot inverse 1 upon x, right? And number 6, cot inverse x is equal to, this is tan inverse 1 upon x. So this is formula number 11. Write it as formula number 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So these are the formula that you should remember. So I think you have understood the problem also. So as I am also, this much is for today. Okay. So in the next class, we will do more problems. Okay. From S&A book formula and from the same exercise. Right. So thank you.